Welcome back to Leeds Lately. Today is going to be a bit of a news update and a little bit of a rumour mill talking about Leeds United. But before we get into it, make sure you do hit that button down below as it really helps me out. But like I said, today's going to be a bit of a news video, and to be honest, it's a bit odd because I'm recording this on Monday. Sorry to break the illusion. I'm recording this on Monday because I won't be able to get one out on Tuesday because I'm at work. You don't need to know that. Let's carry on. But basically, a lot could change, so bear that in mind when you watch this video. At the moment, at time of recording, Dejan Ljubicic from Germany, from Köln, is apparently now, the interest is being reignited in that move to Leeds United. Now, apparently, he picked up a knee injury the other week, and that's why he missed one of their games. We don't know whether that truly was a knee injury or whether that was because of negotiations with Leeds United coming to Leeds. Apparently, the club don't want to sell him. They don't want him to go, but he's really keen on a move to England, and the only kind of interest that I've seen, certainly, is from Leeds United. Now, Ljubicic, I did a video on him. He's a number 8, and a little bit more in the mould of what Daniel Farke might want from his number 8. Big, strong, able to carry the ball, keep hold of it as well, and a decent passer of the ball as well. So he's a bit more of a kind of box-to-box midfielder. So Ljubicic is somebody who Leeds are probably going to go back in for. Now, I think originally we had a bid rejected of around £4 million. So I think Köln will be asking for more than that to get him through the door. And at this point, I just say pay the money. Pay the money. If it's £5-6 million, pay the money. Go out and get a number 10 as well. So Ljubicic is somebody who apparently has kicked up a little bit of a fuss in his club in Germany and is basically wanting his move to England, hoping to get into Leeds and then potentially get into the Premier League with promotion. So Ljubicic is someone who I say just go and pay the money. Like I said, we need to get people in the door. Now we've been promised, 3 to 4 signings? 4 signings, sorry. Joe told me off because I was compromising already because they told us 4 signings and I said I'd be happy with 3. But yeah, 4 signings. They've promised us 4 signings, so let's hope he's one of them. So for me, Ljubicic has to be one of them. And actually, do you know what? There was a comment on Joe's channel asking who the 4 players would be that Leeds should bring in our opinion. And in my opinion, number 1 should be Ljubicic in that midfield role. Then I think Anselmo Garcia McNulty, the video on the channel about him, if you want to go back and look at that. Backup left back option, but decent, can play centre back too. Lockie said he was watching a bit of him the other day, like properly in a game. Very decent, very strong player. And then I think Sam Stein. Now, yesterday's video was about Sam Stein, young player from the Eredivisie, playing for FC 20, kind of player who I would like to see come into Leeds United as the number 10. And then it's got to be Jonathan Rowe, Jack Clark, Morgan Whittaker, one of those three big name championship signings. And then I think you're pretty set for the season. Then you've got a good amount of players, and I think overall all of those players together probably costs you around 30 million. Around 30 million, and I think that's roughly 25 to 30 million is roughly what we've got to play with after the player sales. Now, don't get that confused. That is because we don't get all the money instantly, do we, from the player sales? It's in installments, so we won't have all of that immediately. All of that 160 million or whatever it was, we won't have that immediately. So that's why we haven't got the full amount to spend. But yeah, so there has been some whispers as well. I've seen some whispers of Nonto leaving. I don't know how much truth there is in that. I really hope that's not true. And I did mention the other day, I don't even know if it was on this channel or what channel it was on, but I mentioned that I think Nonto's been kind of promised a starring role this season, and I think he can certainly take on that mantle and play on that left-hand side and be that guy. Hopefully we bring in somebody else to play alongside him in the number 10, in the other attacking midfield role, on the right-hand side potentially, with Dan James maybe dropping to the bench or interchanging with those players. And I hope that Nonto decides to stay because of that. Gives it one more year. He's still young, isn't he? Look, if he gives it one more year and Leeds don't get promoted, he's put himself in the shop window. Somebody will come in and buy Nonto next season if he has a good year, especially. Look at Somerville. It's the blueprint. It's the actual blueprint for what Nonto needs to do. And if we get promoted, he can stay with us and continue his development at Leeds United. But there has been some rumours and whispers, so it's worth mentioning that might be something that comes back to bite us. Now, in the rest of the kind of world of Leeds United at the moment, we've got a game against Sheffield Wednesday on Friday. Now, for me, we have to go out and win that, and we have to be positive as well. We, against West Brom, I think played for a draw. I think it's safe to say that we played for a draw. The fact that he didn't go more positive in the lineup. So first of all, I would have started Rothwell in midfield to be more positive. I would have started Aronson in the 10, and I think that would have made us a more positive outfit altogether. And hopefully, we'd have been a bit more confident and aggressive on the counter attack. Now, I think Farke has gone. Okay, we've conceded 6 goals in 2 home games. Let's tighten up at the back and let's play sensible football to get a point and build on it. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's a little bit disappointing to see from a fan's perspective. However, we've got Sheffield Wednesday on Friday, and they've been absolutely tonked in their last game. I think it was, 5-0? Let's go out there and put in a performance. Let's really put in a performance. Let's really be aggressive. Let's see what we saw in pre-season. I want to see high pressing from the start. I want to see players flying out the blocks to press together as a unit, much like what we saw in pre-season. I did a video on that explaining how we'd changed in pre-season, what we'd done differently. And then we started the season and it was like, hold on a sec, none of us are pressing. What are we doing? So I want to see high pressing. I want to see high intensity. I want to see our 2 holding midfielders up the pitch in decent high positions, trying to squeeze them back onto their own box. So then you can have Bogle and Firpo playing as wingers, with Dan James and Nonto coming into the half space, Aronson playing in that pocket behind the midfield and in front of the defence, just getting that pressure squeezed onto the opposition, playing positively, playing a high line. And the other thing I want to see is, if we score a goal, let's be positive. When we score a goal against Sheffield Wednesday, when we go 1-0 up, please do not drop off. Keep the intensity high. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to be going hell for leather trying to score 2, 3, 4 goals, but it means that you need to control the game. It's about game management, and game management at the moment, to me, from all the evidence I've seen, game management for Daniel Farke is everybody sit back and defend. But that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. With game management, you can keep the ball. You can be aggressive in terms of your press still. You can keep the ball. You can dominate possession. You can squeeze them back and basically choke the life out of them until the point where they go, okay, now we actually haven't got much of a chance. You know what I mean? You kill that hope. Often when you score a goal, the opposition is like, right, we need to hit back, we need to go and score a goal. And a lot of the time against Leeds now, that actually is happening, and we can't let that happen. So we've got to suffocate the opposition, try to force them back, try to keep them on the edge of their own box, keep them in their own half at least, and use our positional play to keep them penned in. So that's kind of what I want to see. And also, I want to see those signings come in through the week. That's just kind of like a discussion video for today. I just wanted to talk about a few things Leeds United related. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, if you'd be happy with the signings that I've talked about. I personally think that would be a good bit of business to get those 4 players in, and then yeah, I think we'd be happy to go into the season. And then once the 49ers do that, if they provide us with those players, you're then saying, okay, Daniel Farke, we've given you the team you wanted. Now it's up to you, and all the pressure is on you. And if he fails, that's on him. But if the 49ers don't give him the players he wants and he fails, there's blame that can be apportioned to multiple places. You kind of want to go, we've given you everything we can. Can you get us promoted? That's what I want to see. So thanks for watching Leeds Lately. Like I said, let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.